Good afternoon, my people. Good afternoon. Well, it is warm here, but we got to do what we got to do. So this morning, I wrote an article. Okay, I wrote an article on lifelong learning. Okay, so because I sent my article to different groups, so someone flagged me up. He said, "Oga, Vivi, what are you saying? Are you saying that we should be paying our senators or our politician newspaper allowance?" Okay, so because I said lifelong learning on my article, this guy automatically, it was triggered. He automatically thought I was saying, or I'm encouraging newspaper allowance for our politician. Well, just for those of you who like to be reading my articles, right? So you can actually send me your WhatsApp number. So I will add you to my WhatsApp so you can actually read my articles on my WhatsApp status. So back to this guy. He said, whether I'm encouraging or am I supporting the government for like paying a newspaper allowance for our politicians, our senators or our House of Rep members. So I quickly reproached him. I educated him that newspaper has nothing to do with lifelong learning. In fact, according to my mentor, Jim Rom, he said someone came to him and said he want to be a leader. So like a group, he came to him, he want to be a leader. So they decided to go to this person's house. So when they got to this person's house, all they saw was newspaper, magazine, you know. So from there, they said, no, it's not fit to be a leader. Okay. So newspaper, I don't know. According to Jim Rom himself, newspaper is full of, there's no good news. Very few good news on newspaper. It's always full of horror, fighting, and all that things. So I don't know the reason why they are giving the politician newspaper allowance. Maybe it's because for current affair reasons. But that was when I am talking about lifelong learning. You can read newspaper. I read newspaper. Okay, I read business newspaper because of what I do. I'm a business coach. But I will not count newspaper as a good book to read if you are practicing what is called lifelong learning model. Okay, so I thought I should introduce that. So let me talk about let me quote Reverend Olumatis. Reverend Olumatis said, our politicians eat too much. They feed their stomach too much. That's why they have big tummy. Okay, our politicians feed their stomach. They feed their mouth too much. That's why they have big tummy. Why Western politician, Oyibo politician, white politician, feed their mind, feed their head. That's why they have flat tummy. So I thought it's a good analogy to talk about this lifelong learning, you know, encouraging our politicians to read. So Reverend Olumatis was right. Our politicians feed more of their belly, of their mouth. That's why they have big tummy. That you understand? Why the Western politicians in this country and in America everywhere, they feed their head more. Okay, they feed their head more with books, good books. That's why they have flat tummy. So I think that is a good parable. So another one is Dr. Habib Olamitoye. Dr. Habib Olamitoye is the author of the book The Strangest Form of Making Money. Okay, he was I think one of the biggest hospitals in Ibadan. And he said all his staff, okay, all the staff, he makes sure they read one book a month. That's Dr. Habib Olamitoye. He makes sure that all his staff read one book a month. Not only that, Napoleon Hill. Napoleon Hill was advisor to President Roosevelt, FDR. He's the one that wrote the book Think and Grow Rich. Okay, Think and Grow Rich. When Napoleon Hill wrote that book out, Think and Grow Rich, okay, I think in the 40s or 50s, the president there was Roosevelt. So Napoleon Hill was one of the advisors of the president, which is FDRO. Yeah, FDRO, the cripple president. I don't know if, yeah, FDRO, the cripple president. So Napoleon Hill, when he brought out that book, Think and Grow Rich, the president makes sure, okay, the president of America at the time, I think it's Roosevelt, but he's the one that was on the wheelchair. He makes sure that everybody that is working for the government, every civil servant, read that book, Think and Grow Rich. Okay? It doesn't only make it compulsory that everybody read it. He makes sure that they read that book, Think and Grow Rich. He makes sure that they read it and they understand it. There's two different things here. You can read a book and don't understand it, but the president makes sure that every civil servant, any government worker, make sure they read that book, Think and Grow Rich. You understand? So there's this our brother. It's an adult brother based in Canada. I've read his book. His book is called The Mystic of Leadership. The Mystic of Leadership. How to become an exceptional leader. His name is Alex Ihama. So in my opinion, I think that especially in Edo State and even in Nigeria at large, that book is a must read for any Nigeria, for any Edo. Give it the fact that it's an Edo man that wrote that book. So it's called The Mystic of Leadership and How to Become an Exceptional Leader. So book is extremely important. You understand? Book is extremely important. And that brought me to the Edo State election. Mr. Aswell Ighodalo. When Mr. Aswell Ighodalo was asked, what are your hobbies? You know the first thing he said is there. I'm quoting him now. He said books. So we need leaders that read books. Books are very important. It's very important for your mind. You understand? So when I'm talking about lifelong learning, I'm talking about reading books. Okay, I was reading this morning that brought me to, because I do this, it's like a routine. I use the reading to wake up my mind. So that's why I wrote that article on lifelong learning. But someone see the opposite of it. He thought I'm talking about the politician. No, I'm just speaking generally to Nigeria public, the importance of reading books. So let's listen to some quotes and let's really, so that we can really find out the importance of reading books. So we will start our quote with Harry Truman. So Harry Truman said, not all readers are leaders, but all leaders are readers. Harry Truman, listen to that. Not all readers are leaders, but all leaders are readers. Aswell Ighodalo is a reader. He reads. That is one of his hobbies. My hobby is reading. I prefer to read for 3 months. I even prefer reading than food. So let's listen to another quote from Mark Twain. Mark Twain said, a person who does not read good books, you hear that word again, good books, not newspaper. A person who does not read good book has no advantage over a person who cannot read. A person who does not read good books has no advantage over a person who cannot read. So what Mark Twain is trying to say here is that you may be a graduate, but if you don't keep reading, you are as dull as someone that didn't even go to the 4 walls of school, didn't even go to school. If you choose to stop learning or reading after your graduation, after you get your degree. So what Mark Twain is trying to say here is that you are even worse than someone that an illiterate that cannot even read and write just because you are not reading. Let's continue. So this is another quote from Henry Ford. Okay, this is a quote from Henry Ford. Let's listen to Henry Ford. He said, anyone who stop. Let's go. He said, anyone who stop learning is old, whether at 20 or 80. Anyone who keeps learning stay young. Okay, the greatest thing in life is to keep your mind young. So this quote is so good by Henry Ford that I have to repeat it. He said, anyone who stops learning is old, whether at 20 or at 80. So if you are at 20 years, you know the read, you are old. That's what Henry Ford said. He said, anyone who stops learning is old, whether at 20 or 80. Then let me continue. Say, anyone who keeps learning stays young. So it doesn't matter if you are 80 years, provided you are still learning, you are still reading good books like Mark Twain, you are still young. So he said the greatest thing in life is to keep your mind young. So let's go to another quote. This is a quote from H.R.H. Mohammed bin Rashid. He said the economy needs knowledge, politics need wisdom, nation need to learn, and all of that can be found in books. Okay, the economy needs knowledge. The economy needs knowledge. Politics needs wisdom. Nation need to learn, and all of that can be found in books. The other day I talked about wisdom. You know, I was advising Destiny Bagua about wisdom. That wisdom is not what you pick on the street or what you learn. You have to read books, and that's what H.R.H. Mohammed bin Rashid is talking about. He said the economy needs knowledge, politics need wisdom. Politics need wisdom. And where do you get wisdom? When I was advising Mr. Destiny Bagua, I told him that wisdom is in books, self-help books. And the same thing, correlation to what I'm saying, or in agreement to what I'm saying, is what H.R.H. Mohammed bin Rashid is saying here. Okay, the economy needs knowledge, politics need wisdom, nation need to learn, and all of that can be found in books. So just to round this up for today, I think, I don't know why the government is giving, like I said at the beginning of this program, I don't know why the government is giving a newspaper allowance. Maybe, like I said, maybe it's for current affairs so that the legislator can be able to carry out their duties. You know, they need to be informed to be able to make decisions. So I think it's a good thing. So before you accuse government of any policy, think abstractly. Okay, think abstractly, think holistically to know what is the wisdom behind it. Okay, maybe that is why newspaper allocation for newspaper is important. But I'm going further. I want there should be an allocation for library, especially leadership books. Okay, you cannot have people in leadership that don't do continuous reading. They have to be continuous reading because leadership books comes out all the time. Business book comes out all the time. So you need to. That's what long life learning is all about. Is keeping updated. You know, in your WhatsApp, you see all the app. You see update. That's what learning is all about. Is you keep updating due to new nuances that are coming, due to new ideas, new innovation that you don't know in the field of leadership that you are not aware of. You understand? That is why reading is very important. You understand? So even I will tell the guy, I said, look, I don't need government allowance to buy my own books. I use my own money to buy my own books. So government will be giving allowance for library for our politicians. It's very important. I think Governor Obaseki should consider that. Money for library, books, good books that refine your mind so you can be able to make a good decision, like Rashid said, wisdom, you know, so that you can get a lot of wisdom, because wisdom is not what you pick on the streets. Wisdom is what you pick from books that was written by great minds, you know. So that is it, folks. Like I said, Napoleon Hill book, Think and Grow Rich, was made compulsory to all the civil servants in America to read it and understand it. That book, Think and Grow Rich. Dr. Habib, every month he makes sure he have, I think, the biggest hospital in Ibadan. He makes sure that all his staff read one book every month. So whether you are in the area of legislator, local government, I don't know, any position you have, you must read good books. There's a lot of books out there. Read at least minimum of, like Dr. Habib in his company is once a month. We at Vivi Institute, we encourage 7 books a year. 7 books a year. That's not much. That's not much. I don't read every day, but I make sure that every second or third day I read. And when I'm reading, I write articles. So like I said, if you want to be getting our articles, just send your WhatsApp number. I will add you. Then you'll be reading our updates on our WhatsApp status. Okay, that is it, folks. My name is Victor Vince. I'm a life coach, a business coach, and a financial literacy teacher. Okay, I'm an executive life coach as well, which is leadership teacher. Okay, thanks for watching, and do have a productive day. Take care for now.